Well, we use math every day. You see, to predict temperature, to make sure that we know what we want to wear, to check the time, to calculate that we arrived to our destination on time. And chances are that we actually used a phone, a smartphone, to do this. And the smartphone had to be programmed by a mathematician, by a programmer who's really good at math. And if you know math, you could predict and control everything that happens around the world. If you learn the math, that could be you.
So let's sing it. 1, 2, 3.
Same sign add and keep, different signs subtract. Keep the sign of the higher number, then you'll be exact.
Hey! Good job. All right.
I identify what students are into. Celebrities, music, movies. They're into social media, so Snapchat, Instagram. You see, now it's everything about you being the center of attention. So it's not me, it's no longer math. It's creating an opportunity in math so that they can shine.
Since this is April Fool's, all right, April Fool's, I'm going to prove to you that 1 equals 2. Because what does this look like? Does anyone see it? This is a special case. Most of you scored an A in the test. If you don't know, what do you do? What do you do? Look for it. Oh, you know it? Brian. We open two parentheses. Yes. What is that called? Yeah, we factor this, and this is called a difference of squares. Boom. I just proved to you that 2 equals 1. Do you believe?
I don't know that 1 equals 2.
Well, it's the same thing, my goodness. 1 equals 2, 2 equals 1 is the same thing.
It's not. No.
So do you believe it though?
No.
Anya, I asked you before, do you believe it now?
I'm still indecisive.
She's still indecisive, all right?
Which
Well, that's a good thing.
no,
Hey, your opinion matters. But people take your opinion more seriously when you actually can prove or have some evidence to it, okay? So the truth is, I just proved it to you, mathematically. So if you didn't agree with me, I'm going to give you about 10 minutes so you can find a mistake in my proof. And if you could do that, then 1 does not equal 2 because you just proved me wrong. If you can't do that, 1 equals 2, all right? So go for it, because now it's your turn.
Now it's your turn. It's the moment where the students know that they need to do all the thinking. If they have questions, they need to talk to each other, not the teacher. In this specific activity, though, I think they were really engaged because you get to prove your teacher wrong. I mean, who gets to prove the teacher wrong? It was on. This actually gave them an opportunity not to use their knowledge in the EOC or in 4 years when they graduate, but now. And I believe that we were able to create this level of engagement because, we took time to get to know each other.
Before I came to Mr. Cruz's class, I was very nervous in my other school because it was a lot advanced and stuff. And when I came here, I felt more confident talking out loud in the class, and he helped me do that. He pushed me, and that was perfect. I like that.
Well, honestly, I never really liked math because I always thought it was boring, it takes too much time, and it never really entertained me or catch my attention. But as soon as I came to Mr. Cruz's class, I still had the same mentality, but after a while, he showed me what I can use math in my life. I always ask a lot of questions, although I take a little bit more time to understand things, not well as others. But I like having Mr. Cruz as a teacher because he helps me understand those things and he breaks it down step by step. And I really like that because not a lot of teachers take their time to do that.
So when I got here from Morocco, because I'm from Morocco, into the United States, I feel so scared because I have just a couple basics of the language, English. He helps me a lot with pushing me to do all the skills, all the things. He's always saying be positive. So I could be being positive and I made my first.
Mi experiencia con Mr. Cruz ha sido increíble porque en los años anteriores yo era bien mala con matemáticas y con las técnicas que Mr. Cruz me enseñó y con los pasos súper fáciles, con Show Me, con todos los ejercicios, me ha ayudado bastante y ahora yo pienso de verdad que puedo pasar el examen del Estado. Y también fue un profesor de matemáticas que nunca he tenido así, o sea, no solo me ayudaba en matemáticas, sino con otros problemas.
If you can make a connection with a student, find out what they like and show them how math could help them be the best at it, their motivation level is going to go up through the roof.
Well, before this class, I never really struggled with math. I mean, the worst possible situation in which I struggled with math was probably when I was overthinking. I still do that now, but I can understand more complex equations and I feel like I could do more. Logically, we use math everywhere we go. I mean, I don't think I'm going to use the most complex things except in college when we do math, but it mostly surprises me when people are surprised that I want to go on Broadway. And technically in Broadway they have musicals and you have to, memorize the 8 counts and stuff when you're doing physical choreography. So that's very important as well for an actor's musicality.
I felt very nervous because my last year teacher was hard to understand, was a little difficult. Mi experiencia con él fue mucho mejor de lo que pensaba, ya que él nos ayudó en todo lo que podía, y no solo a mí, sino todos los chiquillos de la escuela.
Well, before I'd come to Algebra 1 with Mr. Cruz, usually I'd go over to math and be like, oh great, another day of numbers and plus signs. But now I usually come over here and feel as if, oh boy, it's time for math and see what kind of new things I can learn today and how I learn it. And Mr. Cruz's techniques are really entertaining, keeps me engaged with the math and everything. I personally want to become an animator, so, you gotta use math to figure out how to sculpt the shape you want to get using CGI, and you have to draw, and you have to draw multiple drawings. You have to count how many you have using numbers.
The activity was the unfair game, and that helped me to learn that everyone gets to have a chance.
Make a connection, do a cool activity, make them work hard while they're having fun, and it's just that easy.
I think it was called the unfair math game, when he used a random number generator and gave everyone in the room a number, and Mr. Cruz would generate a number, and whoever got the number would have to solve a problem. If they solved it correctly, they could either choose between extra credit points or a piece of candy or something. And I really liked it because you always have the chance, because there's only one, so only 2 people get a prize. So you could always steal from each other.
Cuando ya tenía la respuesta que la decía, ya antes de que tocara el timbre, alguien me quitaba mi caramelo o mi
The
crédito.
most fun activity I've ever done in this class is when Mr. Cruz gave us a problem, and we actually had to answer it as fast as we can, and we pressed the bell, and we answered the question, and we get a point if we
My
get it
favorite
right.
activity of the year was when Mr. Cruz told us to prove that 1 doesn't equal 2. It was really fun to show that it doesn't equal 2.
Mr. Cruz class helped me is because this class actually teach me very well. I actually started to understand more and more about math, and now I think I could do more advanced classes because I want to become an engineer, and I think I could use that for physics or mathematics or whatever is necessary for me to use in the future.
My greatest satisfaction is when a student who was struggling in some skill comes to me and says, Mr. Cruz, I got it. Technology has helped us so much in that area, and I believe that's part of our signature.
I think it does help me because I have more time and personal advantage to take notes at my house. So that way I can rewind the video, understand more, and if I have a question, I can just either come the next day with my notebook ready and to write, or just even email my teacher.
Show me, and I excel like 3 hours per week, and remind every day if we miss something.
Show Me helps you out because you can get home, you can take the notes on your own time and make sure you can replay the video multiple times to make sure you get everything right.
Flipping the classroom allows us to get the basic skills at home and then come to school and do the higher level thinking, sometimes using experiments. Yes, math experiments in math.
Ready, set, go! Alright, all the groups, pay attention over here real quick. What are we trying to find right now?
Find the velocity.
Yeah, we're trying to find, we're trying to find the final velocity, but before we do that, what is the first thing that we need to find?
The distance.
We need to find the distance. Does that make sense? People who work with math and scientists do. They play around with what we know to figure out the unknown. And the distance, do you agree that's the height of the school? Okay, that's the height of the school. Any in charge of the calculation, set them equal to each other. Tell me which equation do you get? Carolina got it. Carolina, share with us. What did you get?
Initial velocity
Guys, pay attention. Initial velocity plus
acceleration times time
okay,
equals the square root of initial velocity squared plus
2 times plus 2 times acceleration and distance.
So what I need you to do right now is to use all the knowledge that you have of algebra to solve for D and give me an answer.
Slowest part of the building is
Oh yeah, you do. What day is today? Oh, 146.
These are 8th and 9th graders talking about physics and engineering in an Algebra 1 class. I mean, that's amazing. We're predicting the height of the school. We're predicting how fast an object will impact the ground if it's released from the rooftop. Now, that's amazing. My students are the star of the show. Math is more than formulas and graphs. It's using your mind to solve the biggest mysteries of the world.